Hello Taurus and welcome to my channel GreenLion Goddess Tarot. This is your fortnightly reading for February the 1st through to the 15th. This is a reading for Taurus, Sun, Moon and Rising. I always recommend to watch all three of your placements if you know where they are to get the fuller picture of what's going on for you. And this is a general reading, Taurus. Just take what feels right and leave the rest. And if it does really resonate, there is an extended reading. The link for that is in the description box below. So we have Pentacle 10, Venus, Virgo, and the World, Capricorn, Aquarius, Saturn, and Libra. Wow, these cards have come out for you. So interesting, something that a cycle around stability or something that you thought was stable or something that you thought you needed for your own stability is completed, has ended. So, let's pull another card to come through for you. I think with Saturn coming in as well, it's giving you that sense of needing to work really hard to kind of get something across the finish line, to complete something, to finish something. So it very much, there could be a deadline with this. There is just this sense that you need to kind of put in, it's a bit of a hard taskmaster, Saturn. It's like put in the work and then you'll reap those rewards with the Pentacle 10 Venus Virgo that's coming here. So we've got Cup 4 Neptune Cancer has come out as well. So this is an energy where you kind of looking at where something that you thought you needed is no longer fulfilling you. There's a sense of wanting more or needing more, something that on a deeper level of fulfillment. So I feel like you might actually be reassessing some values or what it is that you need from the material world at this moment in time. So, and you might be letting go of some stuff. So this is kind of really, really interesting because I think some things that have been pretty, but that have been there throughout your life that you just was kind of like a staple in your world. It's kind of like maybe I don't really want that or need that, or maybe that's not resonating anymore. So it does feel like there's this very slow transformational shift occurring, not in a bad way, but it's just a realization of what it is that you need to feel like you thrive and survive, and that you're feeling really happy and content and safe and secure. So this is what is coming through for you, Taurus. So let's see what else is coming in with this reading. So the Devil, where you felt really stuck. There's a lot of Capricorn energy here, crossed by the Hierophant, which is you. It's kind of like almost like you're kind of getting in your own way here, or there's a big commitment here that is you've found it hard to kind of get out of, but I can see that this is completing, or there's a push to end this and finish this because it just feels like it's not fulfilling you. The Three of Swords, I mean, it's starting to hurt you the longer you stay in this. The Eight of Cups, definitely it's not fulfilling you. So you're getting some very, very strong messages around that. The Six of Cups has been a trip down memory lane of late, or there's an energy from the past returning, or an old cycle that's returned. The Nine of Wands. So you're so close now to letting this go, so close to finishing. The Wounded Warrior, I feel like you've been pushed really, really hard with this, whether you're working really, really hard or this is just something that has been a big commitment that it's been taken a lot out of you, but definitely it's like, oh, you're like so, so close. So let's see, you are presenting as the Emperor. Okay, very strong, very, very strong. Like, I am going to make this a success. Okay, the Fool. Now, this is what's beckoning around you, the new beginning, something very, it's like, oh, I think I can, I'm so close. And then once that finishes and released, it's like, I'm free. Press the reset button. There's this lightness that comes in with it. The Six of Swords. Yeah, maybe you want to go traveling, or maybe you're thinking about moving. It's just a sense of moving on from that. It's been hard work, I have to say. And the Four of Swords, a well-deserved rest. So this might be a fantastic time to book a holiday, or a vacation, or some sort of thing that's coming through. I just want to pull one more cards with the Four of Cups there as well. And at the base, the King of Swords. Okay, interesting. So, gosh, wow. Okay, this could actually be quite ambitious, what it is that you set out to achieve here. This could be, something that you feel like is leaving a bit of a legacy, or a sense that, you realizing that you took a lot on, and to get it over the finish line is actually going to be, really, really hard. But I feel like you get there. There's a completion. So the Devil can represent any area of your life where you're feeling really, really stuck. This could be a relationship. It could be, something that you thought was stable and secure. It could be to do with your work. Just something is kind of naturally completing and ending here. It kind of feels like there was a choice or a promise, and that promise was of commitment, but that is something that feels like it's kind of weighing you down now. And it feels like there's the weight of the world, the weight of expectations, and maybe something just doesn't necessarily, with the Hierophant, this is the card of Taurus crossing you. So it's kind of like, I feel like you're kind of saying, I don't want that anymore. So I think you're pushing it to end, whatever this is. You're pushing it to completion. So in your conscious mind, the Three of Swords, there could be a little bit of heartache around this as well, saying goodbye to something that potentially could have taken up a lot of your world, could have seemed like a big thing that you wanted to attain that ultimately didn't lead to, or ultimately doesn't feel fulfilling anymore. So the Three of Swords in your conscious mind, you definitely can be also just that there's a strain, there's like this constant pain point being triggered by just kind of working and pushing this at this moment in time with this Three of Swords. So it's time to let this go. And I think that here with the Eight of Cups. And I think you'll feel that very much around the full moon energy, which is around the 15th of February, the Leo full moon that's coming in. And we can see that at this point, you're realizing that there is just something, there's a cup missing, that it's time to detach from something that you just can't, you've got nothing more left to give for this. So this is actually what's happening deep down inside of you, your subconscious, or deep inside your soul. And it's like, I can't do that anymore. It's just hurting me too much. It's taking too much out of me. So it's detaching from something that doesn't fulfill you, and walking away, traveling away, walking away from something, potentially heading in search of fulfillment, something more deeply fulfilling. So we have in the recent past the Six of Cups. This is definitely, an energy from the past returning. This can be nostalgia for the past. Maybe it felt like when you agreed to do this, or you agreed to commit to this, maybe it was good. It felt like there were better times. But right now, this feels like something hard that you're pushing up against here. Saturn is kind of definitely showing you where things aren't working, and you might be kind of going down a trip down memory lane about when things did work and things were happy. The Six of Cups definitely is kind of, there's been something, a memory from the past, or someone from the past has come in and kind of being connected to the end of this energy, energy ending. And it's all about being really present with where you're at. It's a very sensory energy. It could be very sensual. It could have been just anything. It could have been a smell. Sometimes there's a smell, like banana bread reminds me of my mother, because she used to cook that when I was a kid. And it's kind of like, sometimes we've all got our dominant smells, or you might see something, or it's just something you felt on your body, and just suddenly something clicked where you realized it was over, something needed to end. And so there was like this kind of half coherent kind of feeling or memory, something that you remembered but couldn't quite put your finger on. Yeah, you couldn't quite. I mean, some of you might be very incredibly lucid with this. You might know exactly what this is, but it feels like it was just a sensation or a feeling that you got that kind of snapped you into a different reality, which is kind of interesting. In the near future, we got the Nine of Wands, which is kind of interesting because we're seeing in your conscious mind something that is wounding you here. And this could actually be having a physical toll on you. You know, it could quite literally be you've injured yourself in some way physically. But the Nine of Wands is very much the wounded warrior. We see the wound in your conscious mind. This is where you've been through a lot of struggles, overcome a lot of things that have been thrown at you, and you're like, I'm tired, I'm soul weary, I'm tired, but you're so close. You're so close to the end now and so close of letting it all go. So yeah, I mean, I do actually think this is actually really positive. It's just that last purge, that last getting over the finish line. And that's why it's really great that you are coming in as the Emperor, because this is very strong energy pushing something to concrete success. And this with the King of Swords is it's decision time. It's, yeah, what is it that I need? It's stepping into your sense of authority, what it is that you want to initiate, because it's right underneath the Fool card. So it's like there's something new here with this Aries energy that's coming in of wanting to step. Uranus is coming, wanting to kind of liberate you from this heavier energy, this old cycle that's really heavy. And potentially, you know, the next thing you're stepping into feels really light, but there's a very strong sense of stepping into your authority and success behind this as well. So it's kind of interesting, the energy around you, the Fool, there's new. A lot of new things, new sensations, new people, new memories from the past coming back, new ambitions, new drives that are coming through. So new opportunities for success. So the Fool travels light. This opportunity that's around you, or this energy about, you know, it feels like a reset. It can't be carrying with these heavier energies that are here of the devil and the wound and these guys here. So it's very much realizing that if you want to step into something new here that's really starting to resonate for you, that you need to let go of some of that stuff, or just at least finish it, finally complete it and finish it and be able to move on once and for all, or find some closure once and for all over something that maybe broke your heart at some point in your life, whether it is now or and it could have been around something you thought was really stable. So your hopes and fears, you've got the Six of Swords, which is wanting to move on. This is very much finding some peace with a situation as well. But it can also represent travel. Like quite literally, it could be wanting to move. So it could be that you're feeling really stuck in a job and wanting to move, or stuck in a particular location and wanting to move, or stuck in a relationship and wanting to move away from these feelings of, it could be quite toxic. So the Six of Swords can definitely represent travel and moving. So I feel like that's something that you're perhaps considering or thinking about at this stage. I do see you, I don't see you necessarily doing that right at this minute. I mean, you are, when you step into this full energy, you will be moving on. But I do feel like with this, there's a sense with the Four of Swords and the Four of Cups that you need to take a big break. Okay, you do need to kind of have a big rest here. Take some time out, go slow, listen to the messages from your body, listen to the messages from the universe where things are slowing down. This is also very much, you know, with that Four of Cups that is up here and also coming up here. It's like there's been something on offer that emotionally you're not sure about anymore. It's just probably not resonating. You're looking for something deeper. And with the Four of Swords, this is kind of, both of these are about foundations, looking at your foundations in terms of what it is that you need and what it is that you want. And so the Four of Swords is very much, can be a mindset shift, can be kind of understanding, a deep understanding of what you thought you originally needed or wanted emotionally is not what is needed here. And so this is kind of creating a space for your mind to go deep into its own wisdom and logically make sense what's gone on here. Because interestingly enough, the Three of Swords is actually the element of air. It's your sword, it's your thoughts that perceive the situation about what's going on with your heart. So your head is kind of really trying to make sense of something, and it does go from the Three of Swords to the Four of Swords. So it does. There's a real shift from being hurt to finding some kind of rest and peace with something. And that's because, you are getting a very deep message from your heart here. So I think ultimately, when something becomes really clear inside your mind, we've got this energy of the King of Swords, which is an Aquarius energy. It could be an Aquarius around you. But this is, we are in Aquarius season at this time. So this is very much a sense of, perhaps moving on from some fixed ideas that you had about something, that something had to be a certain way, or this is how it is, or this is how it was always meant to be. But the King of Swords is also, pretty rational. It's pretty rational and cool. Ultimately, any decisions that are made about this, even though you're listening to your emotions and what's going on, this is going to be made from your head. There's some decisions that need to be made. There's a strategy that needs to be formulated here. And so it's kind of getting down to business with this King of Swords energy coming through. It's very cool and detached. It can cut ties, energetic ties, or just ties with things as well. So it's kind of like making the decisions and taking the actions that need to be done with kind of precision. So, yeah, interesting. And that can be... It can kind of feel like a relationship has gone cold as well, with that King of Swords, if this is about a particular relationship. So, and it's all in, someone's very much in their head. There's no heart. It's all head kind of energy here. It says, there's plenty for everyone, including me. The ocean of life is lavish with its abundance. All my needs and desires are met before I even ask. My good comes from everywhere and everyone and everything. So, yeah, interesting, because it's kind of opening you up to new forms of abundance and new forms of security coming in here for you, Taurus. So that's why it's a big shift. It's a foundational energy that's coming through. So let's pull a charm for Taurus. Okay, what are we going to get? We've got the little fish. That's so cute. And there's plenty of other opportunities. There's plenty of fish in the sea. There's a sense of learning, a lot to do with learning how you can be very adaptable in a situation, how things can flow. And I do feel like there's it's cute. There's some little things that perhaps you can adapt and change that could make a big difference here. So, but yeah, it's cute, this little fish. Very, very cute. So I feel like there are new opportunities here, and it's just about being flexible and adaptable and learning about it. So, but yes, there's plenty more opportunities here if you can do that. So that is kind of what's coming in for you, Taurus. Interesting reading, and I'm going to take it over to the extended reading now. We'll see what comes in after this big rest and this mindset shift, and what's coming in with this new opportunity and success that could be coming in the near future and the future beyond. So we're going to delve a little bit further into the future and have a little spy into the future and see what's coming with all of this once this kind of, you finally let go of that, which is actually going to be, I think it's going to be a huge sense of feeling relief. So I'm going to also get any clarification or intuitive messages that you need to hear, and we're going to tune into career, money, love and relationships, and pull some cards specifically for that. So that's all in the extended reading. Would love it if you come over. The link is in the description box below, and I will pin the link to the comments as well. But if this is where we're leaving each other, Taurus, I would say schedule in that rest, schedule in that break for you, and a well-deserved rest, I would say, coming through here. And be really gentle with yourself. Again, adaptable, be open to the new, and make any decisions that need to be made. So yeah, I think that ultimately when you can kind of finish this, you're going to feel so much better. So that's it. Thanks so much for joining me. Please like, subscribe, share, leave a comment, because that lets YouTube know that you appreciate this content and is a way of helping and supporting the channel and the growth of the channel. So take care, Taurus, and look forward to seeing you next time.